Welcome into the SMU TV studios in Dallas for Press Fast. I'm Giovanna Scroggins.
And I'm Grace Lawrence. We're here to bring you up to date on everything SMU athletics and more. Let's go. SMU football beat Memphis in their regular season finale in Ford 34-31. The game was clinched when Brandon Crossley intercepted the ball in Memphis's end zone. Can you believe it? Crossley took home AAC Defensive Player of the Week for that play. Rashee Rice broke the single-season record for receiving yards at SMU this game. He finished with 1,355 total yards, surpassing Emmanuel Sanders, who set the record back in 2009. He also finished with the most total yards of any wide receiver in college football this season. Just incredible. Tanner Mordecai fought through injury to finish with over 220 yards for 2 touchdowns. He went down late in the second quarter. Kevin Jennings from Oak Cliff, he stepped in to lead a 91-yard drive down the field, finished with a touchdown from star running back Tyler Levine. Levine finished with a total of 64 yards for 2 touchdowns. Now, Giovanna, let's look ahead of that bowl game.
Yes, Grace, the team finished the season 7-5. They await their bowl fate in the coming week. Some good news for Mustang fans. Rashee Rice says he's going to finish out the season with his team and play in it in the post-game press conference on Saturday. Rashee has no more eligibility, but that wouldn't matter. Rice is league bound, having proven himself this season more than ever, and he might just be one of the best talents the school has ever produced. The team also awaits Tanner Mordecai's decision to play in the bowl game. He announced last week that he intends to go to pro after the season and might opt out of the game. Right now, most media outlets have predicted SMU to play in the First Responders Bowl, which is actually held right in Ford Stadium. Grace, what does SMU need to do? How do you think SMU is going to finish their season?
That's a great question. Now, I mean, Rashee Rice, he said he's going to play. If he plays, I think him and Tanner are a duo. You know, when I talked to Rashee, he said just that. You know, they are 2 peas in a pod, and I think Tanner will play if Rashee does. I also think Tyler Levine is looking to play, and I think he has 1 more year of eligibility and might come back, so he's definitely going to play in that bowl game. And, you know, if they get a good enough bowl game, say against a BYU or something, I think they should play. It's a national stage. It only helps their draft stock if they do well. But, yeah, I think that's how it's going to fare. If they play, it's looking up. If not, you know, Kevin Jennings has proved himself, so maybe give him a shot as well if Tanner doesn't want to play, but we'll have to see.
100%. I totally agree. Kevin Jennings definitely needs to be recognized for stepping up to the plate where Preston Stone and obviously Tanner Mordecai couldn't. But how about Rashee Rice, you know, breaking Emmanuel Sanders' record, and also Emmanuel Sanders recognizing that he broke his record and posting it on Instagram for everyone to see.
Yep, greatness recognizes greatness, as
100%.
they say. So up next, we're going to recap basketball on the Hilltop and more fall sports, so stay tuned.
The new musical theater program at SMU is open to all students on campus, no matter what their major is.
We had about 60 people audition. We cast about 26 students in Chicago.
Open auditions to participate in the musical theater course are held in the fall of every school year.
Love the work, and we love to get down and dirty with dancing and singing and learning how to act like this class was for you.
SMU doesn't currently have a musical theater department, and so this year we tried to do something and combine all of the arts that we offered.
If you have a love for singing, dancing, or acting, come shine on the stage with SMU Musical Theater. For more information on signing up, email vdupuis@smu.edu.
Welcome back to Press Pass. Grace, what's the update on the men's soccer team?
Yeah, the men's soccer team, they fell short against Vermont in the second round of the NCAA tournament 3-2. The Mustangs came into the tournament with a first-round bye as the 11th seed and home field advantage, but just couldn't put the pieces together to advance. SMU finished the season with a 10-6-1 record, and 6 Mustangs were named to the All-AAC teams. Canute Allender was named Offensive Player and Midfielder of the Year for the conference, and Alexander Petraeus was crowned Rookie of the Year.
SMU volleyball fell to Houston and Wichita State since we last met, but they finished their season strong with a win against Tulsa on Friday. Senior Rachel Wolf left it all on the floor in her final match as a Mustang. She slammed home 55% of her attacks and registered 11 kills on 20 swings without a miscue. She also had 4 blocks and a pair of digs. She's had a total of 1,054 kills in her SMU career, which places her 14th on the program's all-time list, and her 277 blocks ranked 12th. Despite a great season, they missed the NCAA tournament.
And the SMU men's basketball team has started off their season 3-3. Since we last met, SMU fought hard against Evansville, came out with a 55-47 win. The team then fell to Louisiana Lafayette 76-72 and won 75-50 against Lamar on Sunday. Zerk Phelps has moved into a more prominent role on the team. The sophomore is averaging just over 18 points and just under 5 rebounds a game. Along with Zerk, Zach Nuttall has become a leader on the floor, averaging just over 14 points a game. Samuel Williamson and Xavier Foster are 2 fresh faces that are looking to enhance the program as the season continues. They head to Texas A&M on Wednesday for a 7 p.m. tip.
The SMU women's basketball team has started the season 4-2 with only losses coming from 2 tough-fought losses to Oklahoma and Baylor, ranked 20th in the top 20. In the Mustangs' most recent game, a 72-55 win against Oral Roberts, Shantae Embry led scoring with 20 points and Jasmine Smith added 14. Star guard Reagan Bradley is back. She had 12 points and 4 assists in that win. The team hosts Arkansas Pine Bluff in Moody on Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Still to come, the college football playoff landscape is anything but set. Stay tuned.
Our Friends Place is a nonprofit in Dallas and helps young women break the cycle of homelessness and abuse.
The thing about Our Friends Place that makes me passionate is helping young women become all they can be.
The organization offers living facilities and programs for a successful life.
I got to really have a normal life when I landed at Our Friends Place, but before that I never had any of that, no structure, nothing. So Our Friends Place was basically just really a safe haven that taught me everything I know.
Our Friends Place is founded by women and led by women. They help clients find a job, budget money, dress professionally, and more.
The relationship is so important, it's so paramount, and it's the life-changing piece to me.
For more information, visit ourfriendsplace.org.
Welcome back. Giovanna, take us through that wild weekend of college football.
College football was sent into a frenzy this past rivalry week. Michigan crushed Ohio State, USC ousted Notre Dame, and LSU fell to an underachieving Texas A&M. Along with Michigan, Georgia and TCU remained undefeated, and Alabama took care of business against Auburn, along with the Hendon Hookerless Tennessee still pulling off a win against Vanderbilt. Grace, this week, this season of college football has been crazy. Who's in your playoffs?
Now, I really think the playoff as the top 4 stands right now, I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC. I'm a big USC fan. You know, I'm a fan of Caleb Williams, a fan of what that program has been able to do in Lincoln Riley's first year as their head coach. You know, he has Mario Williams, he has Addison. They have a great core. Even with their star running back going out, their heart and soul of the team, they still managed to pull off a huge win against Notre Dame. And, you know, TCU as the Cinderella story of it all. Who would have thought when SMU played them just a couple months ago, they would have been where they're at right now. So I think it's going to stay set. You know, I do think the games are going to be tight. I think Georgia's going to pull away against LSU. I think Purdue might give Michigan a game. I think if there's going to be any kind of upset this weekend, I think it might be that K-State TCU, because they played earlier in the season. TCU beat them. But so I think it might stay the same. But you know, I think the playoff committee really wants Alabama or Ohio State back in that playoff, and they do have a bit of an argument. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, all I can say is how about them Horned Frogs? Sonny Dykes leading the team all the way to an undefeated season. Absolutely crazy. You know, I think Sonny Dykes in his first year as head coach, he's looking for a natty.
I know, and you know, he might just be playing the Michigan Wolverines. We'll have to see. Well, that's all we have for you Mustangs. Remember, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/SMU Television and follow us on Twitter at SMU TV. If you have any story ideas, shoot us an email, smutv@smu.edu.
Thanks for watching this edition of Press Pass.
Tune in next week for the final edition of Press Pass for 2022. We're going to recap the best plays and storylines from this entire year, so all the way back to the beginning of this year we could go, and how teams have fared. We'll also talk about, those winter teams, how they're faring. Tweet at us if you have any favorite plays from this fall. And as always, pony up.